All right.
Are we universally live now?
Now we are now live everywhere. We're now live. This is a FUBAR Weekly show. We're live. I fucked up. A busy day. Eat my ass. Yes, I shaved my head. Thank you very much.
It's my fault.
What?
It's because I'm here. We had to.
It's all right, man. We roll with it. Technical difficulties. Shit goes sideways. You fucking roll with it.
I'm here for the blame.
That's it.
Give it to me.
It's all your fault.
Make me feel at home.
Yes.
He doesn't have a thing.
Do you feel?
I don't know if it
Put a
matters.
condom on your micro. It really doesn't.
I mean,
that'll help. Just kind of grab it on the bottom, push it. Yeah, like that. Oh yeah, good. Oh yeah. See now he has a colored windscreen that's got wine stains on it.
Thank you, Marie Williams.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. Woo woo.
Sorry.
Your mom's on. Hi, mom.
Hey, mom.
Yeah. So what the hell was I going to say before we did that?
He does the Rockstar.
Yes, Red Star Rock Bar. First time there last night. That's actually a pretty cool joint.
yeah, I like it. I like the outside venue part of it. We totally have the outside all to ourselves.
The one thing I noticed though is the apartments they're building right next door. That's going to be a problem.
It already kind of is for their music.
Yeah.
They already have a lot because they have back neighbors that
Yeah.
they've had to make a lot of concessions for.
Okay.
But at least for comedy, not really. It's not that loud. They can't really complain about the noise. And if they're all like,
They will.
Oh, well, of course they will because people are people.
They're
Exactly.
going to be like, the dick jokes are too loud.
Yeah. It's so loud. I don't know why I moved into this apartment that's right next to a live fucking entertainment venue.
It's because the bar wasn't there first.
It's like people who buy a house next to an airport and then bitch.
I went there. I went to Ichikoro across the street with K2 a while back. And there was like a big field there. And we were like, oh, we should check out that bar. And then we went back a few months later and we were like, that wasn't there before. And it like cast a giant shadow on the whole street and everything too. It's kind of weird.
It makes me think of one of the Ocean's movies, which one with Al Pacino in it, the Ocean's 13 or whatever, where they're pissed off at them building a hotel to cast a shadow over. It's like, these people are doing the same thing.
You know what I learned though when it comes to like building, like city planning and stuff? There's not only that they account for the land, but they account for airspace. And in New York City, the airspace over Grand Central Station was so valuable, they sold it in order to build taller buildings in other places. Like they bought the airspace rights. It's insane. Like the airspace. So now that they sold those airspace rights, nothing can be built higher than where Grand Central Terminal is now.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Is it like a shadow thing?
I don't know if it's a shadow thing or just a thing. It's just a weird thing. It's like, okay, so you bought the land, you got to buy the airspace rights too. So when you build a building, if you're building a high rise, you have to buy the land and you have to buy the airspace rights.
And why in places like New York are like tall, skinny buildings such a thing? Like my aunt lives in New Jersey, like right on the other side.
Because the streets and blocks are already there. So you're building on what footprint exists.
Okay.
You can't build a building where a road is.
Right.
Doesn't
My
work.
aunt lives in New Jersey and we went there and she has a 3-story house, but it's like this big in the bottom.
Well, it's like houses here too. I mean, the houses here, they're a lot of them are narrow and deep.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to remember that my family's selling a house in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I don't even know if they sold it or not. It was my great aunt's house. My great grandmother lived there. It's the only residential house on this street, and I think it's only like 15 feet wide.
Oh, you showed me a picture. It's all brick.
The red building.
It's like the world's first tiny house.
It's what it is. I mean, the house, it's really deep and it's 2 stories plus a basement, but it's really narrow and really long. Like when you walk in, like you have the exterior wall to your right, it's a small hallway. To your left is a bedroom and a living room, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing to the place. And it's being sold for some ungodly fucking amount, like $3 million or something fucking stupid.
Ugh, gotta love
And it legit the only residence on the block. It's all industrial. There's like garages around, and it's this little house. It's crazy the way the world works.
It's the little spiteful old people. We won't leave.
Well, no, I don't know if they tried to. I don't know if they were ever approached to sell it to one of those commercial. But there's nothing. You really can't do anything with it. Somebody owns the building on this side, somebody owns a building on this side, and the buildings are right up to each other. So it's unless that one of those places wants to go 15 feet further, there's nothing there.
And that's a Northeast thing, because I know the house I grew up in Massachusetts was, I mean, my neighbor was no further away than this desk from our house.
Yeah.
Like you could stand in between the houses and touch both houses.
A lot. I see a lot of that with the new construction here. You have these giant houses that are right next to each other. I mean, I'm happy where I live in Brandon. There's far enough away where you can walk. Two people can walk, and not touch each other.
Right. You actually have to say hi to your neighbor a little loud.
No, I don't.
Oh,
fuck my neighbors. Actually, no. Fuck the people on the one side. The other people are cool. They don't speak English, but they're really nice. They wave.
well, if they're cute, I don't have a problem with this, or if they pay. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I can dig it.
I'm easy. I'm just not cheap.
That's the way to be. So today is Mardi Gras, and I'm very sad
Why?
because, well, Mardi Gras, you got the tradition in New Orleans of the the king cake
Yeah.
and all the festivities and stuff. Well, I'm Polish.
Did you
And-
find a baby?
No,
Okay.
I was thinking about bringing a king cake,
Oh, okay.
but the diabetes told me not to.
Okay.
However, what I was looking for, and I was looking for punchkis.
What's a punch?
I wanted to put my punchki in your mouth.
That I don't know. I'm at a loss for words for this.
Would you if I said I want to put my punchki in your mouth and I handed you the punchki, would you put it in your mouth?
I mean, if you handed it to me, yes.
Okay.
Unless it was still attached to a part of your body, then I'd ask for a little more money.
I like the way you think. See, capitalism, kids,
Exactly.
capitalism. It works. A punchki is a Polish donut. It's pretty much a jelly donut.
Oh,
The traditional filling would be a plum jam, although it is also common in the United States to see raspberry.
right.
Think a raspberry jelly donut with sugar on it.
Today is also Eat a Donut Day, so I wonder if they kind of go hand in hand.
Could be
Yeah.
the punchki.
Maybe Eat a Donut Day was made up by Dunkin' Donuts.
That probably is like fucking Valentine's Day was made by
Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Yeah. And Easter was made by, Bugs Bunny, obviously.
You mean the bunnies don't really poop out eggs?
No, our Easter show. I'll tell the tale of those are punchkis.
Oh, wow.
It looks like a jelly donut.
Yeah.
No shit, it's a Polish jelly donut.
Okay, well.
But I think the ingredients in the dough is kind of specific, but that's the way it's spelled PACZKI, and it's pronounced punchki.
See, this is why
I
people
saw that word recently and I didn't know what it was.
It's a punchki.
this
Eat
is
it.
why people make fun of Polish people, because it's pronounced punchki.
And it's spelled Paxi.
Exactly.
Paxki.
This is why Polish people you're made fun of.
Thank you.
Just
Appreciate that.
it's all your fault, Roger.
Thanks. I could say some choice shit about the Amish.
Well, just I lost my soul now officially since I'm on camera. So
It's true.
I'm
That is
screwed.
true.
Are you Ethiopian?
My bank account is.
Holy shit. My son, we were walking through Epcot during Food and Wine, and there was an Ethiopian food pavilion. He's like, what do they fucking serve there? Sand? Holy shit. That's horrible. And he didn't even live through the fucking Ethiopian famine in the 80s.
Oh, there's this Ethiopian restaurant. You walk in, everybody pays $20 a head, and you wait in this line. They open up a gate, everybody just kind of piles in, and they release a chicken. Whoever catches the chicken eats.
Yeah. Everybody else goes home hungry.
It cost me $80 to
drink
eat
some
that day.
dirty water. We're so horrible.
We're all going to hell. See you
Oh,
there.
I'm definitely going to hell. The only thing I can hope for is that I stay on Satan's good side. That's all I have going for me.
It shouldn't be too hard.
No.
No.
Little mayhem, little mischief. I believe it's death, destruction, chaos, and greed.
That's how you stay on Satan's good side?
Absolutely. Why not?
I thought it was having idle hands.
My hands are never idle
I say
because, I shave them.
I
I bought a new shaver.
can tell.
I didn't use it yet.
Oh.
Razor blades are so fucking expensive, and
True.
my hair is coarse, so I go through them a lot. So I figured, let me get one of those electric fucking things. So I bought an electric jobber I can use in the shower, lube up my head, and see how it works tomorrow.
You should switch to lady razors because they're less expensive, despite what everybody in the world thinks.
that is actually a true statement.
Everybody's like, women's shampoo is more expensive, and we have the disadvantage. Correction, my razors are only $14 and Mike's are $21, and we use the same brand and everything.
And what's the difference? Yours are pink.
Mine are pink, and they have a little like gel strip that
It's
lubricates.
smoother.
Yeah.
Listen, I love my shaver, my razors. I've been using the same one since I was 15, and I'll tell you why.
What brand do you use?
The pink Gillette one,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why I
The
use it.
disposable, or you change out the heads?
I changed out the head.
Okay.
It's not pink anymore because first of all, they did this campaign when I turned 15, like around that time, that they sent. I don't know how they knew, but I think
they do that. They still do that.
yeah, they send you. So when you turn 15, they send you a free razor.
Yep.
And I used the same pink one until it broke. And then I bought a metal one that's the same thing because recently they came out with a metal one that's exactly the same.
They sent one. It may have been addressed to somebody who used to live in my house. They just sent me a brand new one, new handle one, and I've pretty much been using. I went through the progression. Like they came out with the Sensor was the first, the Gillette Sensor, and then they came out with the Gillette Sensor XL, which fit in the same hole. Now I forget what the hell they call it. Mach 3.
They got the Fusion, the Mach 3. So Bob's razor.
Well, you weren't here last week, but I was telling you I had a little thing in my armpit.
Yeah.
The first question the woman asked me is like, "Did you change deodorants?" I said, "I'm using the same brand and scent that I've been using for the past 25 years."
Same.
Yeah, Gillette Cool Waves gel.
I use the Dove cucumber scented one.
Oh,
my armpits smell like cucumbers.
Nice. Could rub a little Greek yogurt on there, maybe a little mint, and we can, you can have tzatziki fucking flavored armpits. It's delicious.
It's the only one that doesn't smell like overly perfumey, flowery.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't like the way baby powder smells because that's just nasty.
I forget what comedian went into it, but talking about how lemon pledge is made with real lemons, but lemon juice is artificially flavored.
It's a true statement.
It's
Do you
fucked
know?
up.
So I bought rose scented soap recently, and I realized I think that bubble gum is actually rose scent.
Really?
Because my rose, it's like made with, it's real. It's like natural, and it's like made with like rose water and stuff. Straight up smells like bubble gum, like the traditional pink bubble gum smell.
Well, that's one thing I want to try out. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm having my blood sugars back up. I actually have to go back on the metformin to keep that shit down. But I'm trying to eat healthier. And one of the things, not that I'm going vegan, but I'm trying to eat more fruits and vegetables as opposed to just fucking straight up potatoes and bread and stuff. Jackfruit. I don't know if Mike's watching. Mike, if you're watching, chime in what you know about jackfruit. It looks like it's the size of a watermelon. They're big and fucking heavy. And you cut them open, and apparently got really sticky sap on them when you cut them. But inside there are like pods that have a big seed in them. So when you cut it open, you got to pop these pods out, and the pods are what you eat, and it tastes like bubble gum, like right raw from the fruit. It tastes like bubble gum.
Have you ever tried those like bubblegum flavored apples or whatever?
No. Nor have I tried the cotton candy grapes.
The same concept.
I'm a cheap bastard. I just buy green grapes.
I don't understand why I would do that. I was just like, if I want to eat bubblegum, I'll just eat bubblegum.
But this jackfruit naturally tastes like jackfruit is tasty baked. Yeah, and that's what I was seeing. Like this guy made like pulled pork, but it was made out of jackfruit, roasted jackfruit.
So it wasn't pork.
No.
It was the fruit. So it's just kind of like a
sauce.
tofu kind of thing.
Yeah, but this is like tofu is processed.
Right.
This is you get the fresh jackfruit, you cut it open, you pull the pods out, you put them on a pan with some oil, and you bake them for like 45 minutes. Then you take them, you mix it with barbecue sauce.
I'm still at the problem with the jackfruit, and you got to eat the seed from the middle. That just kind of like throws me off a little bit. Like,
well, it's not really from the middle. It's let me
have you ever heard
the Google?
Have you heard of the company that makes watermelon taste like smoked ham?
I have seen that.
Yeah,
that sounds sacrilegious.
Look,
so,
it's a big old watermelon looking thing, and it's got these pods. So the pod is what you eat. There's a seed in it, so you cut it open.
It almost looks like a pineapple.
It's like a prickly watermelon.
Yeah.
Because it's huge. I mean, they're like this big.
I don't know.
You can buy those at Sprouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my problem is my theory on eating healthy is I'll skip a couple meals and then smoke a bowl and go into Whole Foods and just start getting stuff because I'm not going to get anything unhealthy at that point.
Yeah.
Best way but I'll never remember this.
See, Mike chimed in and he said, delicious. Dehydration. Well, I think he meant dehydrated. Jackfruit can taste like meat. And that's what I was saying, that they bake it for like 45 minutes. And you're thinking like a small little fruit, 45 minutes can be burnt to a crisp. No. I mean, it caramelizes, but it, like the guy was eating, he's like, it tastes and has the same texture as pork, shredded pork. I want to try it. It intrigues me.
I want the watermelon ham.
That looked so good.
It just sounds so weird.
What they do is that they take it and they season it and everything like you would ham with like salt and smoking spices or whatever, and they put it in a smoker for however long they put it, and then you can like cut it, and
Leon,
that's a watermelon, not a ham.
I want everyone to visualize because I can't show it because Jukin fucking media is going to be like, oh, that's our copyright and you can't use it even though it's fucking fair use. Fuck you, fucking Jukin media. Anyway, what we're looking at is a watermelon that's been the rind removed, and it's been prepared and looks like a smoked ham, but it is actually smoked watermelon. I want to try that.
I actually have some vegan friends, and I want to ask them about this specifically because vegans kind of fascinate me. Anybody who like looks at
Any mental illness,
right?
fascinates me.
When they look at like a beautiful cooked steak and they go, "Meat is murder," it's like,
See
no.
now there are two things in this world that I will not eat for moral reasons: veal
Okay.
and foie gras. Fattened goose liver. They force feed the geese, and they specifically use geese because they don't have a gag reflex. They can keep jamming food down their throat, and they're not going to regurgitate.
Really wish you didn't tell me that. I'm
Well-
going to get in trouble now.
Why, you like foie gras?
No, I like geese now. I think gag reflex.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
They
You go
got the beak and they'll pinch you.
yeah.
And,
Go
like,
from the backside. If an egg can fit, so can you. Fuck.
duck rape.
Left turn.
They're totally normal. I mean, they're used to duck rape, so
You know what's funny? I actually was going to start a website because living in Florida, I mean, you guys have to see it if you live anywhere near water. The duck rape is just out of control.
Yeah.
But I think we can
Seriously?
monetize it. We can monetize it.
they have so ducks, they really don't want to have sex, but the boy ducks really want to have sex, and it's terrible because they'll like pin them down and like peck them in the back of the head till they fuck them.
Oh, it's
You guys spend way too much fucking time looking at ducks. Holy shit!
you can't help it when you're just kind of sitting on your back patio and you look over and you hear splashing in the water. You're like, "What's going on here?" And you see one duck on
Rape.
top of another, shoving his head down in the water. It's like, "What's going on over
I
there?"
saw a film like that once where the guy was and stuck her head, and anyway, he flushed the toilet.
I hope that was credited to me.
Aw.
I didn't film it. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I just watched it. Jerked off. Anyway,
Hey Leon, this is what I found when I typed that in.
what, duck rape?
Oh, I'm disturbed now.
Hey, fuck a duck.
It gives a new meaning to the phrase.
Yeah.
That one, and what the hell? It was like a llama or a camel, like raping a donkey. It says, "Brace yourself, donkey. There's no brakes on the rape train."
This
Oh,
is disturbing.
Rape jokes are horrible, people.
That's not a duck.
Let me see.
I don't
What? I got to say it.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
I'm pretty sure that's a monkey of some sort.
That's monkey. Is that a dog?
I think that's a different monkey.
Maybe
Oh.
it's a monkey or a dingo. It's a
Oh.
monkey
That's
and a
not
dingo.
not a dingo.
Dingo ate my monkey.
That is an upright standing animal.
Oh, it's a they're both baboons.
Yeah, it seems that way.
That one looks a little young though. Somebody check her ID. According to USC 18 dash, I can't remember the rest of it. Like,
We may have
fast
a-
forward through that part usually.
Jared Fogle situation going on.
Hello, Cynthia Ski. My Polish sister.
Hey, Cynthia, what's up?
Sup?
I hope you had fun at Mardi Gras in wherever you are.
She is in northern Florida at the moment. So for those of you just joining us, we have Jedediah came and raised the barn today.
Jedediah, Ezekiel, Malachi. It's full name.
Wow, sounds like all the characters' names in Children of the Corn.
It's just-
Mordecai. Holy shit!
my parents were allowed to read. They just can't watch TV.
So now, why don't you have the mustache?
Oh,
Person,
The first thing with the Amish community, like having the mustache is really rough because a lot of the stuff you do, like it's there, but it's already bad enough. Like when you 69, everything gets stuck like Velcro. So like having this would make it even worse. Then it's just like you're never gonna get off. You have to come up for air sometime.
In the words of the great Andy Silverstein, how do you know if you have a bad overbite?
I have no idea.
You're doing 69 and it tastes like shit.
Ew. That was my problem.
Think about that.
I'm
for a
just
minute.
gonna like shut down for the
No,
rest of this
no,
episode.
you're not.
now.
No, you're not. You were just showing us pictures of a dog raping a duck.
Yes.
Okay,
And
you're
you're
right.
afraid at a bad overbite joke? Come
It
on.
was a butt eating joke.
I told your niece to call in, but she's being a weenie. She can call in. Is she there? Oh, hi, Kelsey. She's awesome. It's my niece.
I told my friend Becca and K2 to call in today.
Okay. Except we're not set up to take phone calls today. We can wing it. We can wing it. We've won it in the past. Wing. I lost a fucking microphone somewhere. I had 4 of them. I don't
have it.
Me. I don't. No, I know you don't have it. It's probably in a bag somewhere.
Probably like rolled under your desk.
No.
I don't know.
Might be like my TV remote for my bedroom TV. It's never where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I know I put it down right here. How does clothes get on top of it?
Am I the only person who like puts Velcro on their remote?
You know, I thought
I'd
about
still lose it.
I thought about getting one of those little stickers that they put on there. I can't think of what they're called now, where you push a little button and it like chimes and you're like,
oh yeah,
right. I thought about getting that and I was like, oh cool. And then I forgot where my remote was because I was gonna purposely take it and go to the store, and I was like, never mind.
Do you know that one day I had misplaced my phone, but I knew it was in my house somewhere, and I was just like, okay, Google, where are you? And it started beeping. Oh, see, there it is.
See, I never lose my keys or my phone unless somebody picks them up and moves them. Like, I always put my keys, like there's 3 places I put them. So if they're not in those 3 places, then somebody fucking move them. And then I go ape shit.
I have 2 places, and if it's not in those 2 places, it's probably attached to a bag because I have the clip.
Yeah, when I walk in my house, there's a couch to my right that's going long ways. I put them on the top of the middle section of the couch because nobody sits there.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them there. And that's my primary place. Unless I bring in groceries and it's on the kitchen counter.
Yeah, I have either the kitchen counter or the little bowl in the table that's next to the front door.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my niece and her friend Olivia are watching right now, I think. I guess are they wild? Well, Kelsey says Kelsey's watching. What's up, Kelsey? How your grades doing? I got to look at the camera when I say this. Hey, grades. Hey, grades. You got a boyfriend? Fucking better not. No, I'm just kidding. Kelsey's a good kid. She is a college student now. I remember when she was born, I used to drive a tow truck for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And I was driving the tow truck when she was born. There's a picture of me like sitting on the bumper of the truck and her in one of those baby carriers up on the hood.
Yeah.
It was cute. She was tiny. She was a cute little thing.
I accidentally started driving with my daughter on the carrier in the hood of the car once.
It wasn't really an accident, was it?
Not really.
Okay.
It's sad because I was a father at the age of 18. I was a single dad.
God damn it! Even back then, they had they had some of the same fancy methods we had, like pulling out.
Well, all it takes is one. And I will say this though, that I did the right thing because when I found out about everything, I was like, I'm absolutely like, this is
so
my
what you're
child.
Trying to say is your motto back then was there are only 2 things in the world I don't fuck with: condoms and rattlesnakes.
Pretty much.
All right.
But my whole thought process behind the whole thing when I found out that my ex was pregnant was, in 20 years, I'm going to be on a Jerry Springer show. And my kid's going to be there going, you're my dad and you didn't want me. You're a horrible person. And I went, no, this isn't going to be the case. Like I'm going to do the right thing. Fast forward 20 years. She's in college. She's doing well. And I'm like, I did something right somewhere.
Kelsey, that's horrible advice, by the way. Always bag it.
Yes.
Or just don't do anything. Just, stop it.
Otherwise, you become a 38-year-old stand-up comedian just starting out and, following greats like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, well, there's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
All
He's
hell
funny.
Rodney. So, when you're 38 years old, just starting out as a comedian, this is some advice to you, Kelsey. All right. Stand-up comedy, you have the potential to make a lot of money. But if you're starting it at 38, kind of like I did too, that's when you failed at everything else. and you're just, the only step down from this is real estate agent. That's really, You want
to hear something wild? So there's this guy who I'm not going to say his name because he's a cool guy.
Okay. That's not the person I was going to.
No, he's a cool guy. And I used to work with him in his band a lot. And I know him as this like hippy dippy drug, techno DJ type of guy. And the other day I got a friend request from his professional real estate Facebook account. And I was like,
real estate agents in Florida. They're trying to make it as an artist.
And it's like, And it was so weird because I was like, I know that name and I know that photo, but he's wearing a suit and his hair's brushed.
See, I could, yeah, and that makes sense because real estate is a job that you're very flexible in schedule. So
Right.
for an artist, comedian, a musician, that works. But when somebody takes on real estate as their main career, you're like that. Your main career is everybody else's fallback because it's easy to get. I mean, it's easy to become a real estate agent. You just have to have a fucking pulse.
There's somebody who I work with who's a barista and also a real estate agent.
So he's a lawyer and a real estate agent. That's amazing.
No.
Oh, not a barrister. Oh,
Different country.
oh, my bad.
Now, I worked in the casino industry for like 20 years, and it's funny because especially in South Florida, like every dealer I worked with is a realtor. And it's just like they're like, "Hey, if you're looking for a place, I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor." I'm like, "How do you guys know I'm not a realtor?"
Yeah.
I mean, you guys all are, right?
That's funny. One thing I learned is a lot of people in Florida become real estate agents because you can write everything off. You can now write your car off your phone. You can write off part of your house.
I have
the choose
no
for an
desire
office.
to be a real estate agent. Am I
Me
the only
neither.
one?
No. To me, and no offense to any real estate agents out there that are decent human beings, but I know down here in Florida, the best way to describe most real estate agents, not all, most, they're cockroaches. They feed on the crumbs. They fight for the crumbs.
Yeah.
And, it's real estate agents in Florida just as bad as used car salesmen is really what it comes down to. It's an oversaturated market. Everyone's a real estate agent. Everybody's trying to sell.
Now
Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing.
Now, would you rather be a real estate agent or would you rather be part of It Works pyramid scheme?
It depends on where you're at in the pyramid.
You know
I
what?
think.
You know what I'd rather do? I'd rather sell LuLaRoe. Does that shit still exist anymore?
Yes.
It does?
Oh my God.
Yes.
I think that's one of those ones that's going to stick around for a while, though. I think it's going to be
Please.
like Avon, only like a little more prevalent.
Does Avon still exist?
Avon
Yes.
still exists.
Really?
Avon, Mary Kay.
Yeah.
I know Tupperware still exists. It's not as big as it used to be. My friend's mother actually was like this huge fucking Tupperware salesperson. Like they actually bought a warehouse and shit. Like that's how much she was moving. But there's somebody I'm friends with on Instagram who is she's male to female transgendered. And even before she transitioned, she was selling Tupperware under the name Aunt Barbara, and she would dress in drag. And it was this over the top,
Straight up Medea style. It's awesome.
but white,
Right.
Medea, but white, like, and would say, and had this character that was like your aunt from fucking Canarsie, that she had that heavy Brooklyn. Come on, darling, let's sell some Tupperware. And just this big over the top. It was so fun. And she still sell, like, she's been on like Good Morning America and shit, selling Tupperware.
Love
It's
coffee.
crazy.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
I
it was like it's like an over exaggerated Linda Richmond.
I always thought, because I've always heard like a Tupperware party, and I literally thought it was a joke or like a thing of like days gone by. And then when I was younger, me and my mom went to a Tupperware party, and I was like, this is real. This is like a real thing. But that's the only time I've ever actually been to one, because every other time I've ever needed Tupperware, I just go to the store and buy it.
Ron says LuLaRoe are on the verge of dying. I'm thankful for that. Now those
I don't think they are.
leggings on certain people are good. On certain people, it looks like they're covering up an axe wound that stopped bleeding, if you know what I mean. And it's awful.
Well, they also have like dresses and shirts, and it's not just leggings now. I see it a lot on Poshmark and everything.
Okay.
So
The thing is the clothes are okay for the people who know how to wear them, but unfortunately, there are still those people out there who are like, "I'm a size 6." No, you're not.
I like my kids go to public school, and in the elementary school, there's like dress code. They can't. They're not allowed to wear tank tops. The kids. I went in there one day, and one of the teachers was wearing leggings, but the shirt she was wearing didn't. And I mean, I probably could have backed a bus between her lips. It was bad. I wasn't sure if she was birthing or not. I was like, "Do you need hot towels or something?"
now I feel bad because I'm
Hold
wearing
on,
leggings right now.
You're 2 inches dilated.
You could have stood and fit in between there. I mean, it was just.
But I always make sure my bum is covered when I wear leggings.
I'm not talking about her bum. I'm talking about the front butt.
They have a word for that.
It's
Camel toe. Yeah. I would love to see the size of that fucking camel's foot.
And then if you're
Jesus Christ.
if you're a guy, it's a moose knuckle.
I love the men. Ron says he loves the men's shirts. They're so soft. Okay.
They
Hey,
I don't
fucking
know.
works for you,
I don't
then.
know what they make their leggings out of. They must make them out of like baby tears or something, because they are incredibly soft.
I honestly, I can say I've never felt them.
They feel like microfiber.
Oh.
Like it's
cute.
very, very soft.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like all the fucking rage.
Yeah.
They're gonna find out when it's
Moose
actually.
knuckle. No, Cynthia. Moose knuckle is something else. No, meat flaps. What I'm talking about, Ron, is when the piss flippers are gigantic and there's just a ridge running down between, kind of like, I can't.
Wait, so the teachers, I mean, I'm sure the teachers have a dress code too.
They're supposed to, but I've seen teachers wearing shit that the kids aren't allowed to wear, and that annoys me.
I know that a lot of schools don't allow kids to wear just leggings as pants. Like they can wear them like as leggings under a dress, like as extra coverage, but not like just by itself.
Yeah, and then no, this teacher was wearing leggings as pants, not wearing a shirt long enough to really cover herself up on the front side or the back side. And all right, for lack of a better term, I like big women. Everybody knows that. I like my chicks with a big set. She looked like a 5-pound sausage in a 2-pound casing.
Well, how else is she supposed to attract students?
Oh shit! Oh fuck, that was awesome. Hi Nicole, how you doing? Still doing all right over there?
Shutting down.
No,
Shutting
you're not.
down.
No, you're not. Go fuck a duck.
Go fuck a duck.
Go fuck a duck.
Quack quack.
That's fucking horrible. So
I'm just upset that those teachers really weren't around when I was in school.
Oh no, they were around. They just didn't find you attractive.
Oh no! I never like the hottest teacher I had was like 806 and looked like Yoda. Right.
Do your work, you will. Get F, you will.
Aw.
There is no try, only do me.
Do me for C.
Oh, for a C, that's all you get.
I
can't remember her name. We had this one substitute teacher that would come around. She was like, her face was a little niche, but from the neck down, she was fucking bang. She had legs and a half.
You know what they call that, right?
Butterface.
Butterface.
Yeah.
I had one of those in junior high. Actually, she was a former college tennis player.
Wow.
And she was, I mean,
that
absolutely.
Tennis player butt.
Her calves were like my thighs.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, she would beat me with those.
On your own time, Google a tennis player named Simona Halep. Actually, Simona Halep before the breast reduction.
Now I'm really intrigued.
They were like two jackfruit.
So it's like Dolly Parton playing tennis.
Pretty much.
How did she?
That's why she had them reduced.
Yeah,
they were huge. They were big. They were big. But it's worth seeing the thing.
It's worth seeing.
It's worth seeing at least once.
Right.
I mean, not as good as Michelle Janicki getting warmed up before the race, where she's like dancing and bouncing. These are the things that amuse me, okay, people? Jesus.
See, the thing about boobs is, yes, I mean, we've all seen tons of them. I mean, I got a pair right here in front of me.
Desk titties.
But it's still like you see them, and no matter how the person looks that they're on, no matter, you still have to look at those to be like, yeah, those are pretty nice.
Look, my father told me that once you see one woman's, one set of tits, you want to see every set of tits, and he's right.
You got to compare them, obviously.
That's right.
Compare, contrast. I like to be able to get like the field test going, but unfortunately,
I don't like sloppy titties.
No.
But I mean, it's a natural progression.
I know.
Nobody wants sloppy titties, but sometimes you just get stuck with them.
But like sometimes I see like younger people with sloppy titties. I'm just like, what happened? Like, what happened?
Don't know.
See, my thing is I've always been like, I just like a mouthful, but I'm really glad I have a big mouth.
My mouth is double D size.
If it has to be, yes.
Oh man. Yeah, Joe Walsh had a song, ILBTs, as in I like big tits.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Great song. I get yelled at when I sing it in karaoke. I get yelled at when I sing that. I get yelled at. I sing the rodeo song. Well, it's 40 below and I don't give a fuck. Got a heater in my truck and I'm off. That one's offensive. I'm trying to think there was another one that I sang.
What's a song that if you never heard it at karaoke again, you would be happy?
Oh God. Oh, there's so many. There are so fucking many. The one from Grease. Tell me more. Tell me. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yes, because there's never anybody that can actually sing it.
Yep. Journey. Don't Stop Believing. I love the song, but there's always those two assholes that have to sing it and they suck.
Yeah. It's like, wow, so original.
Yeah. Cool. I try to sing shit like I love karaoke. I met my wife at a karaoke bar.
I've been drunk enough to do karaoke 3 times in my life.
Well, you're missing out, buddy.
No, it's really funny because the first 2 times I did it was actually halfway decent. The third time I did it, it was I was hanging out with a bunch of friends. A friend of mine's father came down to visit, and he like owned an insurance company, and he started just feed me drinks, and he was buying 5 drinks to every one I was buying for us. And I was gone. And then finally someone's like, get up and sing. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do Stairway.
Oh shit, no.
About 3 words in, the guy that was running it was like, we're gonna give this guy another drink. Thanks for coming up.
Have you seen the video of the guy singing Tequila at karaoke?
No.
You know the song Tequila?
Yeah.
There's only one word in it, tequila. So that the music plays and you can see the screen. It's like clicking down. It's like tequila. And this song keeps going. And then tequila, but just the way he was saying tequila. It was, that's the Pee Wee Herman
right,
dance.
Doug, did he at least do that?
No, he was just standing there like tequila. It was like this. I don't know if it was a bit. I don't know if it was like the guy was doing a bit or what, but it was just
Andy Kaufman, Mighty Mouse style. Like
that was awesome.
Yes,
that was awesome. Andy Kaufman was awesome, and he's still alive. He owns a donut shop in Cleveland.
He was hanging out with Tupac and Biggie and Elvis.
Yeah,
all the people that are still making music.
There's this one group of people that think that Elvis is alive, and they think that he's taken on a fake identity. But they've spotted this guy at Graceland, and he looks like Elvis.
Because there's no such thing as an Elvis impersonator anywhere in the country.
No. He, like age-wise, like he's not trying to look like Elvis, but
right.
He looks like Elvis.
But this guy looks like he could have died sitting on a toilet.
Yeah. If you're gonna go, that's not the way you want to go.
No.
Some bitch ass nigger unliked Fubar today.
What?
Whoa. It wasn't me, I don't think.
Sorry, I clicked over onto the analytics by accident.
That's okay.
Because I got cut off the feed.
Does it tell you who?
No.
Oh.
But if you're listening, you're a bitch ass nigga.
No, they're not listening because they fucking unfollowed, so they can go eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, 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 eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, 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 eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a big fat dick, eat a dick, eat a bag of dicks.
Oh, somebody liked that. They sent a bunch of likes when you said that.
Oh. You're welcome. That's how I roll.
Sorry.
By the way, these are the balloon animals Nicole twisted last week here, and they still survived.
Yeah.
Looking a little limp, and actually looking more dickish today.
Can I see the dog? I wanna fix the dog a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should always spay and neuter your pets, according
and your children.
to
and your children.
Yes, absolutely.
That's my line. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children.
I like how you were like, did you just come from seeing Holly? when I came last week with the balloons. It's like, nope, these are just mine. So
because her husband does the balloon twisting and he's awesome. He makes awesome shit.
He does. He makes really awesome shit.
Is he gonna be there more?
He might be.
Who's working the door?
Holly.
Okay.
Holly.
I like that guy.
Because K2's performing.
Okay.
So
K2, wasn't that one of those spice things that they sold like a few years ago?
Yes, that's how she got her name.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, that stuff. Like because I worked a job where I was terrified about getting drug tested. So I'm like, oh, let me try that stuff out. Like it's supposed to be really cool. That is the worst stuff you could ever possibly like. You don't want to.
Sick.
It doesn't even. It makes you think weird. I thought my 55-year-old Hispanic neighbor was hot, and I actually had a one-nighter with her. And when I realized what happened, I was like kind of out of it. And then when it started happening,
you got to watch some Hispanic women, man. You sneeze on one, they get pregnant.
Oh, well, I figured she's 55 and I have a trash bag and a Trojan on, so I'm good. And it just, as soon as it started, I went, I immediately regret this decision, but I'm here now, so I can't stop. Like I might as well just, I can't undo it. Might as well finish.
Yeah, you can take some of that.
Why don't you ask her to be a guest every now and then?
I don't know.
Okay.
So
what's the trash like on the third floor?
So Ron says he bought the Joe Walsh album just for that song. That's showing how old you are, Ron, because I downloaded it, just the song. Well, actually, that album was pretty good.
Oh, you guys were talking about LPs last week too, though. So
yeah. We are old. Actually, I was showing my son a couple episodes of Jay Leno's Garage. I forget what car it was. It actually had they call it Highway Hi-Fi, and it was a record player in the fucking car.
Oh my god!
Mike's
It has
really
to be
into
like
that
a
show
Rolls
lately.
Royce.
What, Jay Leno's Garage?
Yeah.
It's actually a good show. Now, I didn't like Jay Leno as a comedian I don't think he's funny.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I thought he sucked as a Tonight Show host. I didn't like him, but I really like Jay Leno's Garage.
Well, because
I'm trying to do this away from the mic. I'm sorry.
Did you ever see the Durex commercial with the balloon animals fucking?
No.
Oh
It
my
sounds
God.
like my cup of tea, though.
yes.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play this video now just so you could hear it.
I tried to fix him, but now he just looks worse.
Yeah, it's he looks very well endowed almost. Oh no, it's a little different.
Oh, he's one of those dogs that needs a back wheelchair.
All right, I'm gonna play
You
this.
crippled him.
I'm gonna play this with the sound up. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So the people can hear the sound. They're not going to be able to see the video. But if you want to watch along, just Google Durex balloon animals.
I like that there's 3 of them. Props to
Oh,
them.
just watch.
Oh, yeah.
For
This is old.
For a
You
know.
may shut down again. Oh.
Yay for an all-inclusive lifestyle.
Very much all inclusive.
Yeah. I like that you don't know what the orange one is.
No,
Like-
you
like-
figure. The orange. It could go either way.
Yeah, like you figure the blue one's the boy and the pink one's the girl, but then you got the orange one and you're like, hey.
Is that a girl with a strap on? Is it? Yeah.
I mean, it could be whatever you want it to be.
Is it the
Exactly.
husband coming home?
No.
Well, no, because he's just watching on the side or it's just watching on the side for a minute and then they join in. So
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some videos that start like, what's going? Oh, hi. Oh, well, if you guys don't mind, and then it just walks right in. And no, we don't watch the same videos.
that's not my personal choice of that type of video, but I guess.
So I was banging my neighbor's wife and had her bent over the kitchen table.
Right.
And I'm going at it, and her husband came home. She said, "Quick, the back door." So I did. I mean, opportunities like that don't come that
And then-
often.
The next thing you know, her husband came over, and I'm not the same man.
I
I left her for him.
Oh, Lordy Lord. Can we what?
Nothing.
What?
I was gonna say welcome to America. That's all.
America.
What a country.
What a country of Yakov Smirnoff.
Yakov, man. That was back in the day. I miss that guy. He's still performing.
Yes, he is.
He actually has his own house in like Iowa, which I thought was so weird.
Why not? You been to Russia?
Well, yeah,
It's like Iowa, just colder.
Iowa's so much better than Russia, but at the same time, I'm just like, Yakov, there's nobody in Iowa.
What a country.
What a country. I'm like, oh, wait, you got the idea right there. Because when I actually have my place, it's going to be 3 miles away from my closest neighbor.
In Soviet Russia, television watch you.
Nah.
The
Well, now in America, cell
So,
phone
yeah.
watch you.
Seriously.
Now this is interesting, and I'm going to take credit for this, and I think my sister remembers this. The company my father worked for was based in New York City, and in the Empire State Building they have this thing called the New York Sky Ride. I don't even know if it still exists. And it's basically like a platform with a screen in front of the platform moves. Well, when they would just open it, the thing wasn't even completely finished and decorated and everything, but the ride itself was working. My father's company was having an 150th anniversary or something like that. So we got to basically preview this, and we were online, and the ride attendant gave the spiel instead of it being a recording. Gave the spiel, if you have back problems, neck problems, heart problems, pregnant women shouldn't ride. And I'm like, what about pregnant men? Everybody laughed. Went on a few years later. It's a recorded playback, and it said pregnant men should seek professional help. I'm taking credit for that.
Wow. I
I'm
hope you
taking
got
credit for
I
that.
hope you got a credit for
I don't
that.
know. I'm taking credit for it.
Yeah,
I'm not giving it. Like some fat kid made this joke and it was fucking gold, and it was sponsored by Comedy Central, so I could use that as a Comedy Central credit.
Right. There you go. Call them up.
But Yakov Smirnoff on the ride itself, Yakov Smirnoff is one of the tour guides to New York. It's funny. That's what made me think of it. What a country. He wanted to stay free, so he bought maxi pads. Whole box of freedom. Seriously. Actually, I remember the very first time I saw him, he performed at Dangerfields.
Really?
It was on a Young Comedian special, which they used to fill. They alternate between the Comedy Store and Dangerfields, and he was on it. Bob Saget,
That
Sam
was-
Kinison,
That was
Bob
one of the early
Nelson.
ones. That was
84.
84, yeah.
Maurice LaMarche. I think Seinfeld was on that
Seinfeld was
one.
on that one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Tim Allen was
He was on, I think, the
after
Comedy
that
Store.
one.
I think he was at the Comedy
He was on
Store.
the one after that one.
What's funny is Bob Nelson lives in the same town I grew up in.
He did the greatest bit with introducing the college football players.
Yep.
And I'll sit there, I'll YouTube it every now and then just to see it.
Now, here's what's funny. I had an opportunity to perform with him.
Really?
Yeah. He's a born-again Christian. You can't curse at all.
Well, fuck
He
that.
didn't really
Exactly.
Well, he didn't really curse from what I remember before.
On that one, he did. He said fuck. He goes, he's standing there, talking and rips the chin strap off the helmet. He's like, oh fuck.
Okay, yeah.
Now, 100%. Him and his wife at one point in his career, they moved to Branson, Missouri, and he was a house comic at a resort there. And he became a born again Christian while he was living in Branson.
Because there's nothing else better to do.
Exactly.
Become
You're fucking Branson, Missouri. What the fuck? So when he does shows, it's got to be 100% clean. You can't curse. If a comic curses before he goes on, he'll leave.
Wow.
Is what I heard. Yeah.
That's just see, and comedy is one of those things where there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's your way is your way. Like I don't like when people go, well, if they're going to do that, I'm not going to perform. It's like, what does my performance have to do with yours?
Well, it's the vibe of the show, and he's the headliner, so it's his show. And to me, I didn't even want to risk it because he was one of my comedy idols growing up. I mean that bit. The HBO special he had where like,
the one night stand,
the one night stand, the whole bit with the farmer and the duck, fuck a duck, Epi Epperman, those are some. It was brilliant. He did a movie called Brain Donors with John Turturro.
John Turturro.
Yeah.
Why don't we step outside and settle this like men? We are outside. Then let's step inside and settle this like women.
Great movie.
I love that.
Roland T. Flackpfizer. That was the guy's. That was his name. But it was comedy idol. Like I've watched this guy and I love this guy. I'd love to perform with him, and then you can't curse at all. I'm like, I could try to be as clean as possible, but I will fuck up and I will drop something. And I don't want to be the guy. Like my very first time meeting this guy, working with him, I don't want to be the guy that he goes home on.
Right.
So I'm like, I probably better not.
So you just skipped it?
Skipped it.
Okay.
Skipped it. I wasn't gonna make any money on it anyway. I have to travel to New York and not make money. I do that, but
on your own
it
terms.
sucks. Yeah, on my own terms. That's how I do it. So what's going on out in listener land? We got a couple. It's nice. It's a nice. You know what? I keep neglecting the. Mike says they can be huge. I think we're talking about jackfruit, and then Servo Lotus. Hi, Servo Lotus. Says there's always violence in mating when we talk about the ducks. Because I got the Facebook over here and the YouTube over here, and I keep not fucking looking.
There's always violence in mating.
But you have to pay extra for it sometimes.
Yep. That's true.
That's such a morbid point of view.
No, it's very realistic, actually. Have you been to many places where Robert Kraft has visited in the recent past?
Somebody sent me a meme. They're changing the team name to the New England Pay for Tits. That's
Oh
funny.
my god, I was
that's a
I
pretty
was
good one.
listening to like a whole like debate. I don't feel bad for the dude. There's a lot of shadiness there's like a lot of details that I like learned since last week about that whole situation. I'm just like, I feel like he was set up and he's an old guy and just let him fuck.
Oh, his wife died a couple years ago. They were always like the super prototype couple. Like everybody always gushed about how perfect they were and everything. Now she's gone, so he wants to go get a little rub down because he doesn't want to get tied up in something.
Here's my problem with it. The guy's a billionaire.
Right.
All right. Why is he flying to fucking South Florida to get a $50 rub and tug?
Because Tiger Woods told him it was a great place.
Yeah, but when you got that much money, you get them to come to you. I mean, shit.
They need
I
to hire
think
someone
this
like
is why
me.
I think he was set up, because they were like, oh, they're doing human trafficking. They're trying to do a human trafficking sting. But like, and then they're saying that there was cameras that they have him like, but there's not supposed to be cameras in those places. And
there's
like,
cameras and all.
and then somebody pulled the fire alarm to get the security footage. And that's how they got it. That's how the police got it illegally. And it's like a whole thing. I feel like he was set up.
He probably was, but he was set up to get caught. He wasn't set up to do the act.
No.
So what he did is, by law, illegal. Do I think it should be illegal? No, I think you should be able to go get a $50 rub and tug. $50, you like?
Mhm.
I have no problem with that. If people want to do it, if the person who's performing the service is doing it willingly and of their own volition, and the person who's obtaining the service is doing it of free will and their own volition, and they have the money, and
You just got to look for the sign that says local, organic, and willing.
do you know how you can make prostitution legal anywhere in the country?
Tax it.
Film it.
Yeah.
It's kind
Yeah.
of
Prostitution's illegal unless there's a camera involved. So
I know. That's so dumb.
you know,
So dumb.
well, I mean, not really, because there's a huge market for amateur porn. Just saying.
Well,
Just the way I say
If you
it.
guys want to buy any, I have some of my videos.
No, man.
I mean,
xvideos.com. It's my website. It's where I go.
I do strictly word of mouth.
Okay. That's what she said.
Giggity.
You want to do 20 questions?
Sure.
Let's do 20. We haven't done a 20 questions in a long time.
you know, it's really fucking annoying when people who you don't know try to call you on Facebook.
You want me to answer it?
No.
You want me to answer it on the show?
No. This gentleman probably doesn't speak English, if we're being honest.
Send Bob's and Vagine.
No.
Send Bob's and Vagine. Oh man. All right. So we're gonna.
Why would you call a stranger on Facebook? I'm just saying. Why?
He want to make you one of many wives. He has many riches. Send Bob's and Vagine. Are you wiping your ass with that?
No,
Like the Durex commercial. All right. So for any new listeners, we do this thing called 20 questions, which is actually 23 questions or 25 questions, whatever.
Florida counting.
Yeah. With Common Core math. We added some. We started out as 20. So some of them are topical, some of them are deeply philosophical. So here we go. Number 1, what is your non-alcoholic drink of choice?
Ooh. I'd have to go with Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of a caffeine freak.
Any particular flavor?
I usually like the full flavor, the green one, but I'll drink all of the
OG green.
Yeah, OG green.
Did you ever see the video of the woman talking about how Monster is satanic?
They
Yes.
start going like
Fucking
how
hilarious.
the
Yeah.
M is like a 666, and I'm like, really, lady? I mean,
I'm pretty sure that woman came to my Christian school.
Yeah.
surprised me.
Hail Satan. All
I'm
right.
a Red Bull girl myself.
Number 2. I have 5-hour energy shots. That's me. Because they got less sugar. Diabetes.
They have sugar-free Red Bull.
Number 2. Favorite color?
I'm colorblind.
Really?
Yes.
So gray.
No. I see colors, like, despite
Yeah.
what people think, but like if I look at a color wheel, I see like blurple, like red green mix, and like yellow. So I'll look at things and I'll be close to it, but like blurple is the legit color for me.
So what's funny about that is a buddy of mine. So I just baked a cake for work tomorrow, a beautiful carrot cake with hand shredded carrots, and I put cornstarch in it instead of baking powder. So there's that. Hey, good job, Sin. A friend of mine, well, actually not even a friend of mine, it was a guy that worked for me, was a Vietnam veteran, and he was a door gunner in Vietnam, which the life expectancy of a door gunner in combat is like 30 seconds.
Right.
But he was colorblind, and they specifically seeked out colorblind people to be door gunners because their eyes didn't get fooled by the color looking at camouflage.
Yeah.
He was able to look down at the trees and see camouflage, and like it stood out.
Yeah, I could see that. It'd be a little more, because there's sometimes where I'll look at things and there's no way in hell I can see it because the colors are just too close.
Yeah.
But then the camouflage is so different from that's
Exactly.
I always thought camouflage was funny because they would have it in like desert and you'd have the regular like camouflage. It's like the olive drab doesn't work in sand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that they in the jungle they used colorblind door gunners and it fucking worked.
I thought if you were colorblind, you couldn't go to the army.
you can't be a pilot.
Yeah, you can't be a pilot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
what the
Well, I mean,
specifics were.
way back in the day, you couldn't be colorblind, you couldn't have flat feet, and then they found out that was bullshit. All right. So number 3, dog or cat?
I've always liked dogs, but I actually had a couple cats that have warmed my heart a little bit.
Yeah?
Oddly, but cats are assholes.
Yes, they are.
They are
Yes,
absolutely.
they are.
I don't care what anyone says. They can be cute, but there's an agenda behind them. They're like politicians.
See, to me, kittens are like the cutest fucking thing. Little baby kitten, playful, but I know it grows up into a cat.
Uh-huh.
I know you're a cat person.
I'm a dog person, but I love my cat,
Okay, fair
See,
enough.
I get that. But the best thing you can say about a cat is that it acts like a dog.
which is true about my cat.
See?
Okay.
So
Number 4, what is the strangest job you ever had?
Ooh. Well, let's see here. I mean, obviously, the stand-up is definitely strange as it is, but working in the casino industry in and of itself, like if you're not a service industry type person, I mean, you're sitting down dealing to millionaires and homeless people who you just drove past on the street, begging for money on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And you add alcohol and people losing money into that, it's just like a giant,
it's a
shit
shit show.
Oh, it's an absolute shit show. I mean, people screaming at you for no reason because as a dealer, everything's your fault.
Oh.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
right.
Did you work at
It's
the
kinda
Hard
like
Rock
being married.
in Hollywood?
I did not Hollywood. I worked at the Hard Rock here. I worked at Coconut Creek
Oh, the casino.
and
down
a
there.
few other places down south.
All
I used
right.
to work at the Hard Rock in Hollywood.
Oh, cool.
Number 5. What is your biggest fear?
I wanted to actually touch on this because I have the strangest fear ever, despite the fact that I am a single
Genophobia.
father. No. I'm deathly afraid of holding babies.
Really?
Yes. I've held one baby in my life
And it's
My
yours.
daughter.
Yeah.
because if I broke her, I'd have to replace it.
All right.
Right. But like,
They're fun to make.
they're absolutely, I would love nothing more. But like, if somebody's like, oh, here, hold my baby. Are you going to let me make another one if I break it? Nah, then you gotta let me. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. When they can, because my daughter, when she was young, like I'd pick her up, throw her up in the air, and be like, yeah, because if you fall, it's an accident. But
Yeah.
But other than that, like other people's kids, they're like, here, hold. No, that's got moving parts. It doesn't talk yet. I don't know. Like I don't need anything. When it can speak and say no, that's when I'll touch it.
Oh, so what you're saying is when she can give consent.
Right.
All right. Fair enough. Did you see that? Speaking of babies, did you see that parents now should ask the child's consent to change their diaper? That's what some experts are saying.
I'm gonna thumbs down that
I'm gonna
Hard
say
pass, hard
experts
no.
need to be slapped.
because if you ask a baby, "Do you need me to change your diaper?" and they're like, "Goo goo gaga, I can't speak fucking English yet," and then
No, well,
they get an
philo-
infection that's neglect.
Their philosophy is you're going to change the diaper anyway, but it's conditioning the kid that somebody's going to ask consent. Yeah.
I mean, I've been a nanny, and I would talk to the little boy like he was like a baby, and I'd be like, "Hey, sweetheart, how are you? Oh, you don't like that? I'm sorry. It'll be over soon. La 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 la. Whatever. Talking to them.
But did you ask consent?
I don't fucking remember.
No, you didn't, because nobody fucking does that. Jesus Christ.
I mean, he grew up to be just fine. So
when women change my diaper, I don't ask for consent. I pay them extra to just do it randomly.
Well, that is giving them consent.
Well, now I got to change my theory. Damn.
See? No
Took away
duck
my
rape diaper
fun.
changing for you. All right. Number 6. I'm sorry, number 5. No, yeah, number 6. What is your guilty pleasure song? That one song that you'll rock the fuck out to until you stop at a light with your windows down and you got to turn the volume down.
Oh, see, I don't ever stop. In fact, my car's like Soul Train. Like some people have their car like American Idol. Like I dance and sing to like everything.
Jesus.
But one of my favorite thing to do, and it's so bad, is I'll blast like a bag of weed from Family Guy, driving everywhere.
A bag of weed.
But I'll also
everything is better with a bag of weed.
I grew up in the ghetto, so like I'm the type
can
of
tell.
guy that. So I'm the type of guy that I'll drive through the ghetto blaring like Kenny Rogers, and then I'll drive through like Redneckville blasting like Snoop Dogg, just to be different.
By the way, I would just like everybody to know that he grew up in South Central Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Represent.
Yeah.
You know what I said? I said Kenny G because Kenny G appeared as a cameo in Katy Perry's Last Friday Night music video,
Nice.
and I was like, "Hey, it's Kenny G," and Mike didn't know who that was.
Kenny G goes to the dentist to listen to his own music. Let's see. Number 7. What fictional character do you most identify with?
Ooh, I mean, I am an amalgamation. It's just kind of like Jim Carrey and Abraham Lincoln had a baby. It's definitely me. But I don't like the whole Ace Ventura aspect of it.
Oh, righty then.
Yeah, see, it's just a little too much. Like, except for the crying game scene, that's more like my real life.
Your gun is digging in.
I don't know if I could be like any fictional character, I'd probably want to be like Frank Drebin from Police Squad.
Oh, hell yeah. Assault with a concrete dildo. I love those movies and the TV show. Number 8. This is where it gets heavy.
Oh,
Vanilla or chocolate?
what are we talking about? Because I mean,
Because it could be about whatever you want.
it's just it.
The question is
vanilla
vanilla or chocolate. See, I say chocolate because I like nothing in my life to be vanilla.
See, I like to swirl just because
Best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice. All right, I can dig it. What is number 9? What is your go-to comfort food?
This is going to show where I come from, but fried chicken and mac and cheese.
Hell yeah!
Uh-huh.
Ain't nothing better than soul food.
No, hell no.
Shit.
I make the hell out of some fried chicken.
Number 10. Your favorite cheesy movie? Ace Ventura.
No. Actually, this when you said guilty pleasure, I thought you were gonna say movie, because Pitch Perfect is like my favorite cheesy like guilty pleasure movie.
All right.
You know, it's hot women.
All of them or just one?
The first one is by far the best. The
Okay.
second one was okay, and the third one just kind of like, I mean, they
Fuck
tried.
me, I didn't know they made more than one.
I was part
made
of
three.
I was part of a focus group that they were like, we're gonna show you some clips of the movie and we want you to like tell us your opinion on them. And I was like, these are all so lame. Sorry.
Yeah. They just, the third one, they were like, well, guys, we made money with the first two, so let's just sprinkle this here, and we'll throw this together here, and here you go.
I just like it's okay. It's like I don't like movies that are believable to a point. And it's like when you start like jumping off of flaming bridges, I'm like, you're gonna tell me that fat singer girl is that athletic?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Sorry.
The same one in the first movie.
Don't diss Rebel Wilson.
I don't like her. Not for like, I just
She's-
don't like her.
She's dissing her athletic prowess.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's something good to hate somebody for.
And
Horizontal
what's the
running.
redhead who's in it?
Oh,
Who's not Isla Fisher, but she looks like her.
oh God, I can't think of her
She's
name now.
hot.
She is kind of hot.
Well, no, Isla
she plays
Fisher.
Chloe.
She kind of sold out to me for those movies.
I
I
said
don't
the first one was solid. The first one was good. It was different. The rest of them were just no.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
You
All
can
right.
only get so much acapella in, I guess.
Number 11. What is your favorite literary work?
Well, I mean, reading not really my strong point. But probably the one thing I've read the most, especially recently, Steve Martin's book, Born Standing Up.
Yeah.
I've read that thing probably 4 or 5 times in the past few years, just because he's always fascinated me.
Okay. I could dig that.
Yeah, just anti-comic that made it big.
Yeah. Excellent banjo player.
Mhm.
But don't laugh. He's
He's
a world
no, I know.
world-class banjo player.
Like he
It's
could be
crazy.
one of the top 5 banjo players in the world.
Yeah.
I like Steve Martin,
Um,
though. I'm not laughing at him. I do like him.
Number 12. If you could have lived through any time period, what time period and why?
Oh, see, the skeptic in me goes right around 0, and in like Jerusalem to kind of see all the stuff that was supposed to have happened according to that book that was
Okay.
written. But then I think to myself, I'd rather live like back in like the medieval times.
Yeah.
Where being 6'3", I would be considered like a giant and probably treated like a king,
Okay. Or you'd be,
hunted down,
like the fucking ogre.
or I'm Frankenstein's monster, one of the two.
Number 13, adult beverage of choice.
Anything with Jack in it. Usually I go to Jack
I
and
like
Coke,
this guy.
Jack and water sometimes if I'm like looking out for the,
What's the water for?
it's
It's got water in it.
well, yeah, a little bit.
Clean Lynchburg water.
Jack and ginger actually is kind of
Jack
a
and
nice.
ginger's good.
Yeah.
Number 14. Now, do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Okay. So this wouldn't truly apply. So it's celebrity free pass. If your spouse would give you a free pass,
Ryan
to
Reynolds.
Melody, that you go Ryan
Reynolds.
Okay.
I just.
All right.
I'm not hiding it.
But would you request that he wears the Deadpool costume and stays in character?
No, he doesn't have to wear it. No.
All right, fair
No.
enough. Yeah, because the whole pizza looking face. It's just no bueno.
Yeah, no.
Number 15, dream car. What is your dream car?
See, I always liked Corvettes, but my penis is too big,
Okay.
so I can't go there.
All right.
But I actually kind of like I like SUVs. I'm actually a big fan of like the Range Rovers, like the newer Range Rovers.
Okay.
I just don't like all electric vehicles, like where if like a fuse blows, your car doesn't start, and you
No.
got to take it to the shop and spend $10,000 to get it fixed.
Welcome to pretty much everything you buy in 2019.
Yeah, no shit.
What is the first album you ever bought?
Ooh. Yeah, see, that's an interesting one because my first album ever, I remember it specifically, was the Chipmunks Take Hollywood or some shit like that. And I was like 4 years old.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes. I remember because they were all like, the Chipmunks were on like Mount Rushmore. Yeah. And I remember that I think one of my brothers actually tossed it because they got tired of me listening to it every day.
That's funny.
Yeah. My brothers are 9, 10, 11 years older than I am. So yeah, I was the, what the hell?
All right. Number 17. What is the social cause you most stand for? I have a feeling I know what this is going to be.
I mean, legit social cause is absolutely the legalization of weed, because why not?
That's exactly what I knew it was going to be.
I mean, and what I am an advocate for, though, is I'm an advocate against whiteface. I'm trying to start something against the clowns that are giving people a bad name.
And that's shitty movie White Chicks.
Yes, that too. We got to stop it if we're going to put an end to it. We got to put an end to it on all ends.
I agree.
I know you're like kind of half joking on that one, on the whiteface one, but I work with a lot of performers, and when we do have to do clown things, we have to do Day of the Dead things, I specifically have to say, don't do whiteface. Don't do whiteface. You can do everything else on the makeup. Don't do whiteface. And I have to stress this so much for a lot of performers. Sorry,
guys,
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm colorblind,
Really?
but
That's like a personal pet peeve of mine. I don't
Why?
like whiteface. Not for any kind of like racial issue, but it's just like it looks tacky. And
That's
for this,
kind of the idea.
right? But like the whole thing is like, if you're not gonna do blackface, don't do whiteface.
It's kind of one of those things where if you're not going to do back in the day when they did like the super black, it was like solid black tar paint, and it
minstrel
was
shows,
right, and it was horrible. But it's like if you, solid black, solid white, leave those out. There's so much more in between.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
and that's like, you want to do fucking orange face? Go for it. I don't know if that's a racial thing or
Do
not.
a
but
rainbow.
like,
So then
that might
gay
be
people
offensive to
be
the
upset.
president.
huh?
That might be offensive to the president.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. So,
Number 18. What is your favorite video game?
Whew. Of all time, that's a tough one, because I do come from the gamer generation. I mean, I've been a big fan of the Borderlands series, actually.
Means nothing to me, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a
know
newer
what the
one.
fuck you're talking about.
I mean, I had a Pong system back in the day, so like I've pretty much every system ever since. But it's a newer game setup. It was one of the
All
first
right.
games that came out that was like a first person shooter and a role playing game at the same time.
Okay.
So,
See, my favorite first person shooter is Wolfenstein 3D, the original.
yeah,
Barely like 16-bit graphics. That was awesome.
Especially on those horrible TVs back in the day.
Number 19. You're not allowed to say comedian, but what's your dream job?
Oh, game show host.
All right.
Yeah, I was looking for a job recently because I've been unemployed for a little while, whatever, and I came across the perfect job. And it's up in like Wisconsin, and I guess they do like an escape room kind of thing, but they're looking for game show hosts, and they're paying like $18 an hour or something like that.
In Wisconsin, that's probably good money.
It really is, except I don't want to deal with what's going on in Wisconsin like right now, because I would have an innie all the time with how cold it is.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Or it'll just freeze right the fuck off.
Right.
Number 20. What is the most interesting, bizarre, crazy, weird, strange fact about you?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough one. Most interesting, strange fact about me. That I have a 20-year-old daughter that we're somehow lived together her whole life, and we're both still alive.
Wow.
And unscathed for the most part.
All right.
She only has one broken bone. I'm missing a couple body parts, but they're not related to anything like between us. So,
all right, fair enough. Number.
do you have all 10 toes?
I do have all 10 toes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
Are they complete?
Oh, they're huge.
Okay. I don't want to see them. Number 21. Is the Earth round or flat?
Well, that depends on who you ask, because there's people out there like professional basketball
I'm not asking
players.
other people. I'm asking you.
Right. Professional basketball players say that it's flat, though.
Yeah, well, they're not exactly known to be the brightest.
Push through grades. No, it's definitely round. I mean, I've been in a plane. In planes, you can actually see where there's a difference. I don't care what anyone says. You just have to fly during the day because you can't see it at night, obviously.
The one thing that annoys me is when there's a rocket launch. Like, well, the rocket's flying sideways. It's not going straight up. Well, that's because it doesn't do that. It doesn't go up and then make a fucking hard turn to go into orbit. It's got to launch and go into orbit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going sideways because of your perspective of it, because it has to go that way, which is like away from you, not coming towards you, so you don't see it going.
Well,
up.
no. Their thought is, if the Earth is round, why is it flying?
It should just go straight up.
It should go straight up, but once it goes straight up, it needs to be moving.
Right.
So a rocket can't make a hard turn.
No.
So it's got to arc its way. It's called ballistic.
Maybe if they made them a little more like phallic shaped and a little bent up, maybe they'll make that
With maybe a bulbous head.
Yeah, you know,
Right. Or nose cone,
Like
like
a
a bulbous nose cone,
mushroom cap.
like a mushroom cap. Oh,
Right.
yeah, that'll work.
True or false? I have a question. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
No, sorry. I was gonna say true or false. Once you go black, you can't go back.
Completely false. You want me to fucking prove it to you? Who was the
No.
president of the United States from 2008 to 2016? Barack Obama. Who's the president now?
Not him.
Donald Trump. So once you go black, you can definitely go back to orange.
I just want to say this: I'm a white guy named Leon. I'm kind of like both either way.
He's got a
So
black first name, a French last name.
and
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He
Are
looks
you
Amish.
are you Haitian?
I've actually been told I'm Jamaican because I have big feet and my daddy was really good at barbecuing.
Jamaican me
So,
crazy.
Yeah. It was when I growing up in a neighborhood, like it was literally, I was like one of the only white kids, and they all loved me because they all thought I was Jamaican because my feet were huge. And my old man would go out and barbecue every weekend, and they'd just come by like, "God damn, like he makes his own sauce, like this is so good." I'm like, "Well, yeah, because he doesn't want me to get my ass beat."
Sorry, I
That's
didn't mean
true.
to interrupt your questions.
That's okay.
Okay.
iPhone or Android?
Android.
All right.
I worked tech support for Apple for like 3 weeks. It was like hell. I was working in the Auschwitz call center.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why I call it this is because when you walked in the front door, they had metal detectors and you had nothing to go in with. You had to put anything in lockers. The only thing you could walk in with was a bottle of water that was just like that one, except you had to rip the label off of it. It had to be completely see-through.
Why?
Because they said that you have access to people's personal information, their Apple IDs and things like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, these people are calling with innate questions, and everything that has to do with Apple, you don't need to call tech support for. You just have to look it up. Everything, like all you're doing in tech support is like, oh, you're having this problem? Okay, restart your computer or restart your iPhone. Did that solve it? Okay, you're gonna have to take it to a store. That's tech support for Apple.
Nice.
Right.
Fucking ridiculous. And the final question-ish is, take us through a typical life in the day of Leon. A typical day in the life of Leon.
Well,
scratch that, reverse it.
All right, so at this point, it's very interesting because the unemployed Leon is very much so. I wake up eventually if I fall asleep. Generally, it's a morning monster and bowl. Going to start the day out right, and then I start being productive, however I possibly can be.
Okay.
Be it just scratching my ass because I have nothing else better to do, or driving around trying to make money.
Yeah.
Calling up pimps, seeing if they need any workers.
Any man whores. You never know when you need a man whore,
Yeah, my days now are pretty well easy going. Trying to get material out here and there. When I was working at the casino, it was a little different because it was more so like I'd have to spend 6 to 8 hours of not wanting to choke someone out. And then get in my car and ask myself, why am I still doing this? Why am I not doing something I can actually like not leave work and ask myself what the meaning of life is every time I leave?
Okay.
Yeah.
I could dig it. Can you dig it?
With a shovel.
Can you dig it?
Yes, I can.
Little Warriors reference.
Was that a movie? I don't know.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
70s. It's based out of New York about all the gangs and everything meeting in Central Park.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. The Warriors were the gang from Coney Island.
Okay.
And they had to travel across the city, and they were framed for killing the guy who was trying to bring all the gangs together.
See, now Coney Island is a Russian mafia.
Well, right. Great movie. If you've never seen it, like expect a 70s type of everything, but it's a phenomenal movie.
Man, I watched that, and they still play 70s law enforcement training videos.
Oh, nice.
That were filmed in the 70s and 80s, and you got the cops with the big bushy sideburns and a mustache with a 6-shooter revolver.
I'm Tom Selleck in the future.
Yeah, talking on a fucking giant fucking radio. I love those training films. They're great.
Oh God, the old school cell phones. It's like, hello, yeah, I'm there.
I did have some shit I wanted to talk about tonight. I just can't remember what the fuck it was.
Kylie Jenner being a self-made billionaire. Because self-made doesn't mean the same thing as it used to be.
You mean self-made as in my mommy made me do it?
my mommy and sister helped me
Yeah.
do
how
it
does that
without a
work?
porno.
How is she a self-made millionaire? Her mom's her agent, and her
Right.
manager.
Exactly. She's not. They're redefining what a self-made millionaire is.
Like, I get she has her own makeup and stuff, but like, sorry,
But
it's my fault.
you know, here's the thing to that. Did she actually set out that she decide one day, I'm going to create my own makeup, and she open up a laboratory with research and development or ordered a cosmetics company, call her up and say, we want to put your name on our shit?
Probably that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of love for people who for celebrities who venture out of their primary field of whatever their celebrityness is. I don't really like her that much, but I'm throwing this out there, Kat Von D, because I know for a fact that she personally had a hand in making her cosmetics.
Okay.
So like she would be like, no, I don't like this formula. It needs to be smoother. Oh, you're using snake skin oil. Don't use that because I want it to be vegan. And like she's like very she's very involved in her product.
Okay. And you gotta have respect for that.
Yeah.
My wife worked for Estee Lauder, and the way Estee Lauder originated was her basically mixing the shit herself in her bathtub.
Yeah.
And selling it, skin creams.
They now call that making meth.
Well, my wife is a fucking chemist and she refuses to make meth.
What?
Dude.
She watched Breaking Bad? She can make the best.
No shit. She doesn't want to do it. I've asked.
All you gotta do is move to Polk County. Nobody will find you.
No, you don't want to never do it. No, Polk County.
I was in
No.
Plant City yesterday.
Sumter.
For the Strawberry Festival. And I was like, wow, I've never seen real life meth head.
That's the whole thing. Everybody's scared of that Momo challenge. We've fucking seen Momo. Just go to fucking
for
Plant
real.
City.
Right.
She's shoplifting fucking steaks at Dollar Tree.
This lady who I saw, and we were on the parade route, and we were before the route had started. So we were kind of still in a residential area. And what I thought was like a 12-year-old girl was riding a bike, but her face was like 50. So I don't know. I don't know.
It may have been a 15-year-old crackhead.
She may have also been a former gymnast.
See, I was at.
No.
How did you have to experience any of the Strawberry Festival?
No.
Did you eat anything with strawberries?
No, we
Neither
were in
did
because the parade. You'd think a parade goes in a circle. No, it was in a straight line.
No, actually, parades usually go in a straight line.
But then they come back.
No.
No.
Well,
parades usually start here and end there.
Those
That's
are
it.
races that come back.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Conestoga, so like a wagon circle.
No, but by the time we were done with the parade, everything was getting ready to shut down. So I did not experience it. And there was cars freaking everywhere.
Yeah. Well, me and Raj went on Friday and we saw Willie Nelson in concert.
How was
Did
it?
you smell Willie Nelson?
No, it was too far. I was too far away to smell Willie.
Oh,
How was it? It was good. The man is definitely his age. He's 74, I think. And I think even cooler than seeing Willie was seeing his guitar.
Okay.
Because the guitar is just as legendary as he is. It was a great concert. Well done. Sounded good. But it was one of those things where we were, the seats we had, we could see the corral where the tour buses are. And literally 10 minutes before the show, his bus pulls in. And right after the show, his bus pulled right the fuck out. Like he didn't stick around, sign autographs. Like he didn't even warm up. Like there was no warm up. He got off the bus, walked around backstage, went on stage, did his shit, got off stage, went right on the bus and left.
I mean, first off, he may have forgotten to do any of the other stuff.
Could be.
Right. Could be. I mean, I'm sure that he was probably a little high.
I mean, I feel like when you've been
Just
doing
a
it
little.
for 70 years, you're like, I got this.
Well,
Yeah.
Eventually, I think he's at the point now where he just has an auto bong that's just all like when he gets in his bus, it just attaches to him, and it's like a respirator. He just
like fucking Bane in the
right
the crab face thing.
How can I get on that level?
He sits in like a Darth Vader chair,
Write a bunch of hit country songs.
Do you
It's
wanna hear
not hard
something-
these days.
Do you want to hear something terrible?
Okay.
I am fully aware of who Willie Nelson is.
Okay.
Can't name you one song from him.
You were always on my mind.
It's always the go-to.
You were always on my mind.
Now after that, I'm done.
How about this? Whiskey River, take my mind.
Negative.
Don't let a memory torture me.
I have a secret. Country music makes me violent.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll keep singing some.
So-
How about this one? Crazy for feeling so
Patsy Cline.
lonely. Written by Willie Nelson. Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
You're not speaking my language, Roger.
Yellow Rose of Texas.
I mean, I know that the yellow rose is the official flower
Yeah.
of the state of Texas, and it's called the Lone Star State.
Yeah.
But I don't know that song.
Really?
Yeah.
How about this? This is one you definitely know. On the road again.
Okay, yes, I know.
I
that
just
song.
can't wait to get on the road.
Is that really
again.
him?
I just forgot about that one.
Okay,
The life I love is making music with my friends. And
Okay,
I can't wait to get on.
I
the
do know
road.
that song.
The he also did in a super group fashion, the Highwaymen. It was him, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, and Waylon Jennings.
Oh, wow. It's like the super group back
Super
in the day.
country group. I mean, it wasn't even that back in the day. I think it was like the late 80s, early 90s.
It's-
You know what the greatest super group ever was?
Spice
the
Girls?
Traveling
No, I'm
Wilburys?
kidding. Sorry.
Yes.
Which
the
one?
Traveling Wilburys.
Tom Petty, Roy Orbison,
Jeff Lynne,
yeah,
George Harrison, and Bob Dylan.
I know who most of those people are.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Well, everybody must get stoned.
to hear my
Think-
music.
Think of Bob Dylan going on like American Idol.
Oh, it never would have happened.
No,
No.
not in a million fucking years.
Now think of a concert bill, Bob Dylan and James Brown. You could
Jesus
call it the
Christ, Marble Mouth Tour.
the ununderstandable tour.
I won't kiss myself.
sorry.
Like, and now we're gonna have the duet between Bob and James.
You guys are
Hey.
terrible.
Why?
No, just
Just solidifying
Only
my
one of
place
those
in
guys
hell.
is dead. Actually, the best parody of that was
James Brown Celebrity Hot Tub
yes,
from Eddie
it's
Murphy.
too hot in the hot tub. Gotta get in the hot tub. Wow, that's hot. Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what's funny? The what the hell song was it? Living in America, and the
Every time I hear that song, I think of Rocky.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell was it? The Bruno Mars, shit. What the fuck? I'm too hot. Hot
Oh,
damn.
Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk. If you listen to that,
Completely ripped it off. Yeah.
It's living in America.
That's what they do now because
Yeah, I know.
you know that's how it works.
You ran out of chord progressions.
Right.
There's a musical group called the Axis of Awesome. I think I was talking about this last week. And they do a bit called 4-chord songs. And it shows that all the popular songs over the past like 20 years are all built off of the same 4 chords,
Yeah.
the same chord progression. It's crazy.
there's a ton of YouTube channels that their sole I can't talk. Their sole
Sole purpose.
purpose is to compare songs to each other, and they'll literally just like fuse the two songs together, and sometimes you can't even tell where one song starts and one the other.
There was somebody did that with country music, and they had like 8 country songs, and all of them were fucking identical.
Uh-huh.
You know what happens when you play a country song backwards? He gets his wife back, his job back, his dog back, and his truck back. I lost my dog, my boots, and my granny got sent to jail, but that's all right because I'm drinking Coors Light at the brass rail.
Just wait until they update country music and they start talking about the things that are happening today in those areas, you know, because it's all still the same stuff it's been for 30 years.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be like, my wife's on meth and, my cousin's my sister and,
Well, I mean, that's been going on for a long ass
right.
time.
But they haven't sung about them yet.
Not yet.
Let's get some songs
Not
out there.
yet.
Talk about sister cousins and brother nephews.
One of my go-to, if I have do you have a line, if you have a heckler, do you have like a go-to line that you'll always fire off with, like start off with?
I'm very much so firing off whatever just comes to mind. I get a list.
If somebody yells something that's just loud and absurd, my immediate response is, that's what happens when cousins fuck.
Yeah, see, I'm the type of person where you kind of like the Terminator circa 1984, where he's sitting in there and the guy's like knocking on the door and that list comes up in front of him. He's like, fuck you, asshole. Like, I get that list and I'm like, okay, it's going to be this. And sometimes they're good. And then other times, if I'm having a shitty night, it's horrible. I might as well just look at him and be like, you
duty head.
I hate it. I hate that when you're like, damn, that was such a good comeback 5 hours ago.
because after you do that, then you're like, I should have said this. Damn it.
I know it's childish, but but not usually, but sometimes I'll be like, I know you are, but what am I?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
Yeah, but and here's my biggest thing with that, like the way the world is today. Growing up, I mean, you heard the same thing. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Now it's like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will always make me cry.
Trigger.
Right.
Sorry.
What?
Nah, I just think that I don't know. There's a lot of people who I interact with who are of like the more recent millennials,
Yeah.
and it's like I have to take a mental health day. It's like
Yeah, I have to do that too. It's when I go day drinking. You know,
I know. I mean,
I can day drink on my day job. It's
Good.
cool.
I mean, I could. Nobody would.
I still haven't replaced my bottle of desk whiskey.
it's been like a year.
I know.
I still owe you one.
By the way, you know I'm sober, right?
Like right now?
Yeah, 100% sober.
Oh, you have been
Haven't-
actually for you talk about the other.
Yeah. I talk about I'm sober. I've been sober for I think 6 days now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Only sober till Friday. Once I'm off the antibiotics,
Okay.
it's game the fuck on. And the way I've been feeling the past couple of nights, I need to get fucking blasted. I need to get obliterated, ossified, and putrefied.
What was I just talking about?
If
I
you need a
forgot.
discounted Uber, just buy me a few shots beforehand. I'll hook you up.
I don't drink out, so I drink at home
Smart man.
by myself.
No DUIs, no
That's
trouble.
Exactly. I'm deathly afraid of getting a DUI. I mean, Nicole, you see how many times have you seen me drink at a show?
Like this many.
Yeah. And
So-
if that
and it's like one beer.
yeah,
so-
like usually when I first get there.
Right.
Otherwise, and I usually don't drink beer. Like
I'm
when
like
at home, I don't drink beer
90%
when I'm at home.
I'm 90% certain. Actually, I know for a fact that at least 2 of those, I'm the one who has bought you a drink without you knowing. So
Yeah, actually, you asked me what I wanted, and I said, just something with whiskey in it. You brought me a fucking glass of whiskey, like it was just a glass of fucking whiskey.
Here's a bottle.
When I drink at home, and I drink to get fucked up. I don't drink to get a buzz. I drink to get fucking plowed. And I'm at the point now where I stopped buying Jack Daniels. I buy Evan Williams. You want to know why?
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper and it's got more alcohol in it.
Yes. See, I called that marriage for me. I just go home to get fucked up.
There you go.
Yeah. It's like I always had the same full bottle of whiskey on the top of the fridge. Never lost a drop, but I drank all the time.
I put mine in the freezer.
Oh, I always kept one on top of the fridge.
Okay.
And then my other one was generally on the other side of my video game chair
All
where
right.
nobody else ever saw it. And actually I had a DVD rack right behind, and I would tuck it in behind there and nobody saw anything. It was where I kept my video games. My ex-wife was always like staying away from there. My daughter was never anywhere near there.
No, I just leave it right on the kitchen counter or it's in the freezer.
Oh yeah, no, I was kind of closeted. Like the only place for a while I wasn't drunk was at work, which is so odd for most people. Like most people are like, I'm at work. I'm like, no, at work I'm stone cold sober. But then when they're like, okay, you can go home now, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the bar.
Game on. Time to get a white girl wasted.
No, there was more like frat boy wasted.
Yeah.
Whew.
I call those people bros.
Bros.
Now people call them Chads. Like, hey, Chad.
What's up, Chad? Or Todd. Come on, Todd. No one ever got their ass kicked by a guy named Todd.
No.
No one ever got their ass kissed by a guy named Todd. That's funny.
It's true.
I like calling people.
I mean, even
Karens.
Todd Bridges tried to break something up not too long ago, and
Yeah.
there was a video on it, and he got knocked out. I mean,
Yeah.
bad. It's like, see, that's
Hey,
people named Todd.
different strokes.
Yeah, different folks.
So Nicole,
What's up?
apparently there's something going on tomorrow night.
Would you like me to tell you a little bit about it?
I want to know all about it.
Well, we have a couple of lovely burlesque performers by the name of Miss K2 Lemieux and Teddy Mayday, both of which have Gray Star stages previously.
Nice.
And I'm excited to see what they have because they have some new acts for us.
Ooh, I heard something about fire.
Yes, Miss K2 Lemieux is going to close out the show,
Okay.
and she's bringing the heat.
Nice.
So, and other than that, we have Dan. Can you tell us a little bit about Dan?
I can tell you a lot about Dan. Dan Gerlach is a comedian based out of
Parish.
He's out of Parish.
Yeah, he's out of
Okay.
Parish right now.
So Parish, Florida, for you folks who do not know what Parish is It is a tiny little podunk town off of U.S. Highway 301, about an hour south of the Tampa Bay area, or at least, the Tampa Bay metro area. It's about an hour or so south. People shit on it because it's the middle of nowhere. A gentleman named Mike Calta, who has a radio show, he's a very prominent radio host here. He shit on Parrish. And I will tell you that Parrish has the best comedy audience of anywhere in the Tampa Bay area. That is the best fucking comedy room that Dan runs.
I keep hearing about. I haven't been down there yet.
It's amazing.
He runs it?
Yeah, Dan,
I didn't know that.
Dan runs this show at the Beef O'Brady's in Parish. It's a once-a-month show.
Okay.
They have sold out every fucking show, and they do 2 shows it's like the first Saturday, the second Saturday of the month. They do 2 shows, a 4:30 and a 7:30. Every show fucking sells out.
Awesome. Good for him.
Every damn time.
Okay.
He's now running a room down at the Beef O'Brady's in Punta Gorda.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty sure it's Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
And again, selling out.
Good.
So,
Good.
Mr. Mike Calta, you can take your fucking shitty band Pitbull Toddler and go choke on a bag of dicks. I'm still bitter about that whole thing. I brought Preston Lacey on the show from Jackass.
Mm-hmm.
I brought him to, Calta's producer bitch wanted to interview him. So we go in there and Calta just sat there the whole time. He shat on Parrish and talked about how good of a friend he is of Steve-O's. And the best part of it was we were talking afterwards and fucking Steve-O doesn't like the guy's a fucking scumbag. So fuck him. And I don't care if he fucking hears this and hates me and talks shit about me. He can go fucking choke a dick.
I don't think Mike's listening.
I don't think so either. Somebody may be like, oh my God, I heard this guy who's got a fucking little shitty podcast talking shit about Mike Calta, and then Mike Calta make a big deal on his show because he's got nothing else to do.
It would be my fault. Well, I was listening to my favorite Amish comedian, and then this guy started talking like this. Mike, you got to listen. It would totally be something like that.
Well, other than Dan, we have Miss Tara Zimmerman, who has been a supporter of the event pretty much since the beginning.
Yeah, she's been here on the show.
She has. That's right. She's been here on the show. She's been a supporter since the beginning. Other than that, we have Miss Vicky with her natural honey coming back to us.
Nice.
Aunt Vicky's hidden treasures.
Nice.
She does a lot of upcycled DIY home remedy, homemade lotions and stuff.
And fresh honey.
That she harvests from her grandpa's backyard. Other than that, we have H+11 bringing the herbs and plants, not those kind of herbs.
No, you almost had me.
No, even better.
I'm trying to get
succulents, like cacti.
See, I had a bad experience once.
Oh yeah,
not fucking peyote, you sick bastard.
No, not with peyote, with a cactus, and not knowing it was right next to me.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you sit on it?
No. It didn't look that good. It was just kind of like right there, and I put my hand on. Oh, yeah.
We also have Reiko Basic.
We have Reiko Basic. That's right. Which he sent me his bio recently, and I read it.
He is a Sarasota-based comedian, funny guy. I've worked with him a couple of times. We've downsized the number of comedians. We used to have like 7 or 8 comedians, and it drew. It was on and on and on, and people would lose an interest. So we're going to keep things a little tighter, a little faster paced. We're only going with 3 comedians this show. Well, not counting me, because I would make 4, and I'm somewhat of a comedian. But we're only putting 3 comedians, but they are top notch. I mean, they're all funny as hell. They're all good people. So I'm very excited about that. And it's a damn good show. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, please come check it out. It is seriously the best show you're going to find on a Wednesday night.
And for only $10.
Seriously.
For only 10 freaking bucks, you can come see an amazing show.
Yep. Comedians, half naked, beautiful girls dancing. You got to, sex sells. I mean, I just
gonna
for just the cost of an 18-pack of Old Milwaukee, you can enjoy this show.
See?
I want to do a promo video that looks like one of those Sarah McLachlan but it's like promoting the show.
For 16 cents a day.
For only $10, you can help support the New Connections Artist Showcase.
And then I'll have pictures of K2 slowly unrobing.
These starving
in the
artists.
Arms of Kayla. I don't know.
You don't want to
stop. Don't ruin this. I'm just keeping the visual for a minute.
So so we have some people. So I have some people for my job coming, which might be weird because I work with K2 now in my real job.
That's all right.
Yeah. So you might see her in a different light.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's they know what they're getting themselves into. At least two of them have been
It'll
there
be-
already.
I've seen her act, and it's very tasteful.
Oh,
She
yeah.
doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you know,
Nothing.
She really is, and just like you are, a true performer. I mean, it's art.
So if I'm expecting to see like a scene from The Exorcist, I shouldn't go to this show.
Yeah, you're not going to see that.
Oh.
I
Okay.
mean, for the Halloween show, we might have something
Yeah.
like that. There was like fake blood involved in the Halloween show.
I was
Yeah.
going for the more graphic part of the unedited Exorcist, but yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in drag.
Ooh, that might get me to. If you let me know
In
when
a
that's
t-
going to
in a-
happen,
in a tutu, my friend.
you let me know when
It
that's
was
going to
more
happen,
like a 6'6", but
and I'll break out my Little Bo Peep costume.
Little Bo Peep. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Say it.
Little Bo Peep fucked the sheep, blew her horse, licked his feet. She ate his ass so very nice and tongued his balls not once but twice. Oh, I love dice.
Little boy blue.
He needed the money. Oh,
That's the story of my life.
Oh, we have sex toys.
yeah, we got the sex toy lady.
We have sex toys. We have organic honey. We have natural cleaners.
If you mix the two together, it's orgasmic honey.
I was going to say that. Was,
Oh my God. Sorry. I was just thinking about this erotica that I read once, and it had to do with like sorry.
Go on.
No. It was
Tell
like,
us more.
it was like it's like you have to like use your imagination when you're reading erotica, right? Because clearly there's no visuals because it's literature.
Yeah, those visuals would be porn.
it just sucks when you're dyslexic because then you're like, he did what? Where?
No, it just had to do with honey. It was like a honey thing because they were like the state fair and it was like the vendor tent and whatever. And so now I'm just like, Miss Vicky and the sex toy lady should definitely hook up. Like not like literally sexually hook up, but like hook up business wise.
I'd watch.
Now, getting into this erotica
Anyway.
real quick though.
Just hang on. Your mom says wanted me to add that I have also pole danced at this
Oh
show.
Yes, you have. That's right.
I definitely need to.
That's right.
I
have
need you
pole
to let me
danced.
know when he's going to do these things because I don't know if he'd let me know.
Tomorrow.
see that.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. I will
Tomorrow.
I did a live video to try and promo the show, and I said I will strip down if it brought people in and it amused people. I'll get fucking naked. I don't give a shit. Nobody wants to see that, but I would do it if it needed to be.
I'll get naked, and the more people that come in, the more clothes I put on.
All right,
See?
that's fucking brilliant.
See?
I like that.
That's a really good idea.
All right, we're gonna promo that for next month.
Funny.
I'm gonna start off the show naked, and the more people show up, the more clothing I'll put on.
It's
Just-
like reverse strip poker.
You just these here go in a certain spot. Like you just.
My tits are bigger than that.
Well, I'm sure you see what I'm saying. You kind of get
Yeah.
something just kind of like a fig
Yeah.
leaf.
When you told me to call my tits earlier today, I downloaded a bunch of really ugly tits to send to you.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna send
What I
them
was
to you.
actually looking for, there was a clip from Disney's Tangled where the frog is like doing this motion, and somebody made a GIF out of it with the frog going like this. Says, "Calm your tits."
This is the first one. Those are body painted.
Wait, hang on. That's a dude, but okay, so that they're completely just painted onto his body. Okay, it's not like he's got tits and they're painted. I like
Yes.
that. That's cool.
Okay, so then the other one was this one.
Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ.
That was just gross.
oh!
Ew.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
And then I was gonna send you this one too, but that's not ugly. Oh, sorry.
Friend of mine, it's she can only calm one tit. The other tit stays crazy. That's a party tit.
It's kind of like somebody with lazy eye. That's like, look at me, damn it.
Yeah, that's all right.
I tell my dog to calm her 7 tits.
But getting back to the erotica real quick, you said it had to do with honey and like the fair. So was it like they were trying to put teeth in the guy's mouth so he would look a little hotter? So they used the honey to make it stick. I only say this because I tried to get a job at the fair and they wouldn't let me because I had all my teeth. Yeah. I had just the right amount of chromosomes.
Yep, +1.
You're not welcome around here.
I'm having a tooth issue and I'm kind of scared that I have to get it pulled. And I'm like, I don't want to look like a hillbilly.
Which tooth?
This one, third one.
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's so many different things they can do.
Yeah, you can get a crown.
You get a crown, you
root
get an
canal crown.
implant.
Oh, I like implants. Oh no, we're talking about teeth.
I mean,
But there's a lot of things. I mean, here's the thing though. Dentists, it's because I just had a lot of work done about a year ago. And the thing about dentists is they'll sit there and they'll be like, okay, well, we can do this right here. And they're like, we can save every single one of your teeth, make them look brand new, whiter than that, perfect. It's going to cost you $45,362.25.
No thanks. I look like a hillbilly.
And then it's like, well, do we have another option? Well, yeah, we can give you partials and it'll cost $1.50. Okay, done. You know, I had two bills. The first one was like 25,000 for everything because I had a really jacked up grill.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, what about the other option? All right, we can do this and this and cut this corner and you won't have like this tooth and this tooth, but you'll be fine. Done. Like I don't need to pay for college education just so I don't have mouth pain.
I'll tell you, last time I went to the dentist, I woke up with my underwear on backwards and a rash I couldn't explain. Now that I think about it, he may not have actually been a dentist, but my HMO covered it. So we're good.
Was it your HMO or your HOMO?
Depends. I know it was fabulous.
The key about choosing a dentist though is look at their hands. Do you want me to be your dentist?
I mean, why?
You
got a little fucked up finger, but
think about these going into your mouth. And then think about like a Donald Trump type dentist that's got like baby fingers.
I know we don't know each other, but you don't know what I can put in my mouth.
You're not single. I don't need to find out.
Mike, never mind.
Listen,
I shouldn't. I know
your hands are not an issue. Shout out to my husband.
It's 2019. I know I should never assume things like what people can do with their bodies or what people actually are as far as their bodies go.
Okay.
You'd be amazed at what my body can do. Can jiggle a lot.
Just bring your checkbook.
I don't cash only, baby.
Even better.
Take credit cards right down the ass crack.
I did have that magnetic strip installed.
Yeah,
it makes it quicker.
All right.
I'm waiting for the day that a strip club has a square card reader just like tucked into her G-string.
Oh shit!
You can't tell me that hasn't already happened.
There was in an episode of Family Guy, Quagmire did that, and then he swipes. And he's like, "Can I get some stamps?"
I got no cash. You take plastic? Yep.
Your mom says, "Is it your baby tooth?"
Yes.
The one that's all the way up top.
That's the adult tooth, the one that's stuck inside. The adult tooth, the baby tooth is the one that's just chilling.
Gotcha.
So
I used to have a shark tooth. Like I had a tooth behind a tooth.
I wish I had that because then I wouldn't have a problem taking out my tooth.
I mean, that was one of the ones that went away, but
it's actually not my baby tooth that is the problem. It's my baby tooth causing the problem. So my baby tooth is fine.
Babies always cause problems.
Yeah.
Shit.
Children in back seats cause accidents. Accidents in back seats cause children.
Yes, sir.
I'm still a baby.
I was born somewhere in the back of the Ford Galaxy, you know.
Do you know what sexual position makes the ugliest kids? Ask your parents. That's fucking terrible. All right, so Leon.
Yes.
By the way, I can't think I've ever met another person named Leon.
And possibly not another white guy named Leon. I that's the one big one.
Actually, the only other Leon that I could think of actually was a white guy.
Probably an older Jewish guy.
Leon Hess.
Interesting.
Head of the Hess Corporation.
Yeah.
But what every time I hear the name Leon, there was a movie. It was Michael J. Fox's very first movie he was ever in called Midnight Madness.
Oh, wow.
And one of the characters was like about a scavenger hunt that he sends these kids on. But the guy that was running the scavenger hunt, his name was Leon.
Yes.
Wait, you never saw The Professional?
Leon the Professional, but this is far before that.
Yeah.
Midnight Madness is like 1980, 81 maybe.
Yeah, 80, 81.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've met a guy
Great
named
movie.
Leon. He was black though.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually, it's kind of funny. I worked with an Asian kid named Leon.
Wow.
Well, not really, because if you think about it, a lot of people from Asia come over and we don't understand their culture or say their names right, you know, because they actually do things backwards and it's weird. So his name is actually like Xiao Pang, but he went by Leon.
Okay.
And like we met and I was like,
but his was spelled L-I.
No, Leon.
Oh.
Just like mine. I was like, dude, what? Like, seriously? I was like, you were named that? He goes, no, man, I picked it. Like, did you come to Compton first? Or just, you know, were you trying to fit in somewhere?
So I got off the boat. So Leon, do you have any bookings coming up?
No,
Would
just
you like a plug?
next thing coming up, Red Star just running that open mic again, March 18th, I think it is.
I will be there.
8 o'clock. Get a good show, get a good crowd that comes out usually.
Yeah.
A bunch of good comics. We've actually the last one we actually had a few people I hadn't seen before. It was
Nice.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was a good time. I
Oh,
had a good time yesterday. Nicolio,
See,
where can we see you?
you can see me tomorrow at the New Connections Networking. Not shit.
New Connections Artist Showcase.
New Connections
Jesus.
Artist Showcase.
Heard
I
the
changed
host-
the name like 3 times. That's why. So
I heard the host sucks.
he's awesome. What are you talking about?
I heard that was written on the fucking ladies' room wall.
Was there a phone number?
Yeah, it said for a good time, call 867-5309.
Sorry. So tomorrow I'll be at the New Connections Artist Showcase. I will start bartending again in Cayman Cove on Sundays
Okay.
from now on. Because I'm getting my toe back into that or whatever. On the 15th, you can catch me performing at Whiskey North with the Hora Loca. On the 23rd, I will be performing at the Castle for the Vampire Ball.
Oh, right.
And on the 30th,
Vampires don't have balls. I just want to say that.
The sparkly ones don't.
Yeah.
and on the 30th, I will be performing at Caliente Clothing Optional Resort.
Ooh.
So, other than that, you can catch me every Friday at Acropolis in South Tampa, every Saturday at Acropolis in St. Pete, and Fridays and Saturdays, depending, at Gaspar's Grotto and Ybor, alongside Miss K2 Lemieux and Holly Havoc.
Nice.
You have officially made me feel like the laziest guy in show business. Thank you.
Welcome. Listen, if you could dance how I dance, you'd be in business.
Oh, girl, don't assume I can't dance.
By the way, talking about the vampire thing, I am so old. I remember when vampires sucked blood, not dick.
These vampires, some of these people,
No,
like,
I know that.
believe.
Yeah.
They believe they live that life.
Yeah.
So
No, I was just making a Twilight sucks joke.
Twilight does suck.
But you're also old enough to know that George Hamilton once played a vampire as well.
Yes.
Yes.
I am also old enough to remember when Saturday Night Live was funny.
It has its moments now, but it's not.
Every skit is let's make fun of Donald Trump. Hey, let's make fun of Donald. Let's make fun of somebody in the White House.
The Weekend Update guys, Michael Che and Colin Jost, I think are actually probably one of the better pairs that we've had.
It was the best was Kevin Nealon and then Norm Macdonald.
Mr. Subliminal, and
I love Kevin Nealon.
Kevin Nealon.
I like him a lot. So
Favorite character that he ever played?
Doug on
Tithead on Little Nicky.
Oh yeah, I like him in Weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just remembered that he was actually in Grandma's Boy too.
Yes. He was
So-
Mr. Cheezel.
Yes.
Where do you get your weed from? I get it from you, Dante. Oh, what's up, Mr. Cheezel?
You know how Jay Leno has Jay Leno's Garage and Seinfeld has comedians in cars
Yeah.
getting coffee. You know what Kevin Nealon has?
Hmm.
He's got a show where he goes hiking with comedians
That's cool.
and they talk as they go hiking. But if you want to see the funny one, Gabriel Iglesias, big fat guy, watch him hiking.
Fluffy. Yeah.
Watch Fluffy hiking.
I can just imagine that.
A funny, interesting tidbit. I am actually not a fan of Jerry Seinfeld.
Same.
Like I've never even the show, like I never really even got into watching the show too much. But I watch comedians in cars getting coffee solely because I enjoy hearing the conversations he has with these guys, because whether I like him or not, the respect is there. Like this guy has done so much
Yeah.
that I can only hope to achieve 10% of.
I don't like him as far as stand-up or acting, but I do like that show because
Right.
I really enjoy interviews and I like watching interviews and listening to them and everything. I don't know why, but I do. So
Right. And again, it's more so that like the respect is there. He's paved a way and he doesn't have to do anything. But like when he came out with that YouTube video where he started like working out a set in the New York comedy clubs doing open mics
yeah.
and then built it up into an hour right after Seinfeld, I watched that and I was like, I now have nothing but absolute respect for this guy. If he's going to show us that this is what he's doing now after he doesn't have to work ever again, or his kids or his grandkids or his great grandkids.
Yeah, right.
All right. As far as for me with bookings, I have tomorrow I will be at Johnny's Strip Club. No, I'm sorry. I will be at the New Connections Artist Showcase. I am the host and the sound guy and the lighting guy and
And the
little bit of
awesome
this.
guy.
Yeah.
So
Make sure that nobody steals the fucking casting couch up front. On March 28th, I will be at the Pink Piano in Lakeland. And next Friday, I may be making an appearance at a New York area club. I don't know yet. I don't know where yet. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll let everybody know. I'll let my New York peeps know.
Mystery show.
Mystery show. Well, it was my wife's birthday, 50th birthday is next week. And I was going to surprise her by taking her to New York. And it was going to be a big surprise. Like, she comes home from work, pack your shit, we're leaving. I called the fucking CEO of her company and set it up. And, you know, it was like everything was set up. And then something happened where she had to make a doctor's appointment. The doctor's appointment was set for a day we weren't going to be here. And it was like, you have to cancel it. Like, I had to tell her that we were going to New York.
Oh.
So now it's no secret. Now I can get booked on a show and I can promote it starting now. So
That's a bummer. I knew you were really excited about that.
Yeah.
About the surprise part.
yeah, it is what it is.
So
Story of my life. So that's that for that.
So Roger,
So Nicole,
what kind of social media can we find you on?
you can find me on the fascist book, the Instagram, and the Twitter tweeter.
The Twatter?
All of them at Real Roger Nelson. You can follow this show at Fubar Weekly on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagrammy. I'm on Snapchat, but I don't really like it. Yeah, that's pretty much so. At Real Roger Nelson, as opposed to the fake Roger Nelson. Don't trust that guy; he's an asshole. And yeah, that's where you can find me. Nicole, what about you?
You can find me on Instagram at NIKOLE_Raven. That's Nicole_Raven. You can find me on Facebook by the same name. And that's pretty much it because I don't like social media.
Yay, Leon, what about you?
All right. Well, on Facebook, you can find me at Leon DePatie, DePatie, not to be confused with any of the other spellings. And you can find me on pretty much Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, if that's still a thing, under Leon D Comic. It's DE Comic.
All right. Mom is asking where my fucking cookbook is, and it's been shelved for the moment because I've been busy with other stuff. Once I missed the deadline that I had set, it kind of got shelved. But it will be out before Christmas. I promise, I swear. Pinky swear. Your mom says she's old enough that she used to watch, and the case includes Lily Tomlin, John Belushi, and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah.
Lily
she used to
Tomlin.
watch Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Edith Ann from Laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we got going on. Anybody else have anything else they would like to add or say, or
Come to the show tomorrow.
goddamn right.
Yes, go to the show tomorrow.
If you're listening and you are within driving distance, you should be there.
And if you're listening and you're not in driving distance, you should fly here
You should leave now.
because it's warm here.
Yeah, pretty much you should leave.
Are you
now.
lying?
Okay.
Don't lie to the people.
Warmer than everywhere else.
Yes. Yes. All right. So yeah, that's it. We're all good. Cool. Nicole, what do you have to say about it?
Fubar out.